Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Turn it down a little bit. Mic check, mic check. It's getting ugly, ugly, ugly. Oh yeah, we rocking. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to another episode of the P-Ave Perspective. I'm your host, Mr. O'Neill. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Happy Thursday. Almost the end of the week. As usual, this is the show where we discuss the topics and issues that affect us, as well as the solutions. And I say this every time, but it's true. This is another topic that is serious and dear to me. And the title of this episode is Raising Our Sons. The responsibility of black men in developing young black boys. Man, like, I don't even know where to begin. But let me say this. I saw a video today of like two young black men. I think it was, Detroit or somewhere, where they were in a convenience store, gas station or whatever, with a Detroit police officer. And he had his gun on his hip. And these guys actually tried to take his gun from him. This is a police officer. And like, I've been showing people close to me videos of, people open carrying and people, walking up taking their guns. But this is a police officer. This is a police officer. Two youngsters tried to strong arm take a gun from a police officer. And we all know they ended up running off. The videos, they ended up running off. We know they'll end up catching them. But I was thinking, like, they have no idea, like, but I don't know if they did or how that was going to turn out. It's only one or two ways that was going to turn out. If they could have got his gun, or Lord forbid, if they would have shot the man, that's 2 lives gone, man. 2 lives gone to the penitentiary, if not dead. And I said that to say that our youth, our young black men, they are really, in a situation where, believe it or not, they have targets. They are targets. We've always been targets as black men. I believe that, but like, this is a different level because of the level of violence, that these youngsters are indulging in right now. And like I said, that video, and we see headlines every day of youth violence, school dropouts, fatherlessness, and really a lack of being men, a lack of knowing how to be men. So when I looked at these men, like, doing this to this police officer, all I could think about was, like, where were the men in their life? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying just, even fathers, like the uncles, like, where were the men, period? You know what I'm saying? Because I tell people all the time, I used to be a street dude. I chose the streets. But even we knew, that violence with me is, I met violence with violence. I never tried to, go out and be tough. I never tried to go out and be hard. I never went out and just, did any harm to anybody or was just as violent, as kids are these days. And like I said, it was a different time. I understand that. But even the fights, like, don't get me wrong, you had bullies, but even the fights were about respect. And we could scrap back then and fight, over a disagreement, but like, nobody had to die. Nobody had to die. That started happening later, but now it's like people don't even fight no more. These youngsters are just like so violent to the point where, they quicker to pull guns and kill people. And like, it really is time we have this conversation, man. It's time we have this conversation, because if we don't have this conversation with our sons, with our young black men, man, the streets will. The streets will. We see the headlines. We see more young black men are dying every day. And the system, we see what the system doing, especially here in Shreveport. Like, think about it. Like, that's why I said we are backwards. Because I tell people all the time, man, the violence is in our community. The violence are with our youth, our kids, our neighbors. So what irks me the most is we have this, you know what I'm saying, mentality of not talking with the police. The police is not for us. And this, okay, so who gonna be for it? We not gonna be for ourselves? Because I tell people all the time, it was different when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have as many parents, number one, that didn't know where their kids were. You know what I'm saying? Number two, like, the violence, man. I couldn't imagine doing, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that I did going home to my mama's house and sleeping at my mama's house, staying at I couldn't imagine that. My mama wasn't going to go for that. You know what I'm saying? My mama was not going for that. My mama was the type of where, hey, man, you can't bring that here because you putting everybody in danger. But it's out of control, man. And just like I said, like, it starts with the parents. But in saying that, we have to admit one thing. The parents have failed, man. The parents have failed. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna be honest with this. We as black men, we played the major role in this because we abandoned our families, a lot of us. And I'm speaking for us as black men in general. You know what I'm saying? In the sense that I can say I was there. I was there. You know what I'm saying? I can say that even when I wasn't in a relationship with their mothers knew that, hey, if he needs discipline, or when he needs a man to get on him, or he needs a man, you know, to talk to him, I was just a call away. And more importantly, not only was I a call away, you know what I'm saying, from my biological kids, but, you know what I'm saying, my first kid's mother had a child already. My second kid's mother, you know what I'm saying, didn't have any kids. But my third kid had kids. And I was not only a father figure, or, you know what I'm saying, a figure in my biological kid's life, I was also trying to be a father figure in other kids' life, to give them that manly figure, that love, that discipline that came with being a man. Because as a man, I know it was my duty. Just like I said, we talk about P-Ave perspective. I learned from the Ave. As, you know what I'm saying, seeing my siblings without fathers and really without mothers. I became the protector, you know what I'm saying? I became the guy who laced them up, the guy who, you know, showed them how to do things the right way. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the guy that was putting drugs in my little partner in hands. I wasn't that guy. Yeah, I sold drugs. Yeah, I gangbanged. Yeah, but I can say, you know what I'm saying, I didn't put drugs, you know what I'm saying, into the little homie hand who wasn't about that life and wasn't built for that. And I've never, you know what I'm saying, initiated anybody into my gang, because I didn't want, you know what I'm saying, my people that I cared about living that lifestyle, even though I chose to do it, because I knew where it would end up. So I don't understand it today. I really don't. But let's be honest. Many of our young black boys are struggling right now, man. Really. They struggling something serious. They growing up without discipline, without respect, and mainly, man, without emotional intelligence, man. And like I said, as men, we played that role, you know what I'm saying, in leaving and taking that out of the house from a male perspective. I readily, you know what I'm saying, will say that for the guys who don't and the guys who, you know what I'm saying? Because even for the guys who say, well, my baby mama was tripping, this and that, like, my baby mamas was tripping too, but they couldn't stop me, you know what I'm saying, from being a part of my kids' life. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can trip with that hard with me. The only thing that's ever stopped me from being in my kids' life was my choices and my decisions that led me to go to the penitentiary. Because I wouldn't allow nobody to say you couldn't see my kids. I've had somebody take my kids and run away where I didn't know where they was. And I never stopped until I found my kids. So I'm not with that. But what I will say this on the flip side, women, since the 70s, 80s, when single parent households really became the norm and women, you know what I'm saying, really begin to raise the kids, understand this. You can't raise men. We got to admit that now. We have to admit that now, because most of these guys that we looking at now are a product of single homes led by women. We got to keep it real. So men and women played a role in us getting to the point where we at now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that out of the way. So it's no blame one way or the other. But what we going through now rests squarely on our shoulders. Rests squarely on our shoulders. And since we're responsible, we got to get it right. We got to get it right. Too many men, young men these days, are being raised with this music. Murder, murder, kill, kill. Right foot creep, pop out with that heat. Come on, social media. Social media is pushing social, you know what I'm saying? And toxic definitions of masculinity, man. Toxic, man. And I swear to God, you either getting that from these men that have been raised by women, these men that didn't have no fathers in their lives to teach them how to be dads, or these women, man. They parents. We are responsible. We are responsible, man. And we know what it adds up to. We see it now. The high rates of fatherless leads to incarceration, school dropout, youth unemployment. And we already know when they ain't got no job, when they not in school, statistics say they out doing some bullshit. Statistics say they will end up dead or in prison. And that's real. And that's real. When boys don't know what it really means to be a man, they start chasing, you know what I'm saying, the wrong things. They start chasing money. You see people chasing money, people chasing respect, to the point where they feel like if they kill somebody, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna get them some respect, you know, or some clout, you know what I'm saying, or some power, you know what I'm saying, or it's behind a woman, you know what I'm saying, females, like all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, that real men learn that we attain that. That doesn't make us. That's the stuff that we attain. It doesn't make us men, though. You know what I'm saying? And these youngsters don't understand that. And the worst part about it is, like, they start defining manhood by how much they can hurt people. Just like I said, violence, how violent you can be. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand on business. You can't let nobody play with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Come on, man. This world is too hurt already, man. We need to learn to heal. Our sons, you know what I'm saying, need to learn to heal, man. Good evening, Miss Alicia. How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. But I asked the question, man. Where are the men? Where are the men, man? Because, like I said, regardless of what, women, if you say you don't need no man and you got kids, that's a lie. We know that now. You can keep fronting, stunting, you know what I'm saying, like you making it and your kids good and this, and then for the ones who kids done turned out bad, you can keep saying this because he didn't have no dad in his life. But he had a mom. So just like I said, if you felt like, you know what I'm saying, you like, y'all feel like, you know what I'm saying, y'all know what real men are, y'all know what real men want, y'all know what real men do and won't do, you should be teaching your kids better. You should be teaching your sons better. Your sons should be way more on point. They shouldn't be running around here all emotional and stuff and reacting off their emotions and their feelings. That's not what men do. And for the men y'all say that's running around doing that, I'm going to say those are not men. They haven't figured it out yet. But if we want to raise kings, we need to teach them how to carry a crown. For real. We always talk about kings. Women are talking about, they raising kings. Who's teaching them to carry his crown? Because you can't. You can't. You don't know how to carry, a king's crown. You may, be a queen in your own right in every way, shape, or form. But you can't teach a young man how to be a king. You don't have that in you. So, what are we doing about it? Do y'all hate all men that much to where, or all the men in your life just that jacked up to the point where you can't call on them to take an active role in your son's life? Where the brothers at? And keep it real. As of right now, you know what I'm saying? We don't for the fathers that's not there, we don't worry about that. But you know what I'm saying? It's like me as a father. If I had my kids, which I have kept my kids, you know what I'm saying, and raised my kids for extended periods of time, from baby age, infants, on up. But having daughters, think about it. Having daughters, yes, I have women that my daughters can look up to see how women act, whether it's my girlfriend, whether it's my sister, whether it's, female friends, everything. I had a core group of women that I know were real women, queens, that I could say, hey, could you talk to my daughter? She's having problems, and it might be girl problems. Could you talk? Whether, like I said, whether it was my sisters, girlfriends, exes, whoever it was. I knew that I couldn't be the mother to. We got Father's Day coming up, you know what I'm saying? And if it ain't passed, I don't know. But we're going to have, like I said, we're going to have a lot of women jump out there and say they the mama and the daddy. Well, you're not getting the job done. It's not working. Because the kids, are showing it's not working. So no matter how hard you go or how hard you think or how much you want to claim it, you cannot be a man. You cannot be the man to raise these kids. So where are the mentors? Where are the coaches? Where are the uncles, big brothers, elders in the community? Where are they? Because I tell people all the time, I didn't have my biological dad in my life. But there were men around me who taught me how to be a man, showed me what it was like to be a man, scolded me or disciplined me when I needed disciplining, and let me know that, hey, a man conduct himself like this. A man don't do that. You know what I'm saying? For real. Father's Day is Sunday. Yeah, thank you. But like I said, Sunday, you will see all the texts, happy Father's Day to me. I'm for being the father and this and the third. Okay, but where are the real men? Where are the mentors? Are you just that bitter, you know what I'm saying, and just that messed up with men to the point where you can't find a solid role model, to help your son have a chance? To give your son a chance at being successful and really just living. Giving him a chance to live, man. Giving him a chance to live. Where the men at? Where the men at? Because I'm going to tell you like this. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. You know what I'm saying? I've been around women. I've been with women my whole life. Women have taught me a lot. Let me say that too. Women have taught me a lot in life. So much. And since I deal with women more, I like dealing with women more than men. I can actually say women have probably taught me more than men. But no woman can teach me how to be a man. They can teach me how to respect women. They can teach me, what to look for in a good woman. They can teach me a lot of things, and they have, but they cannot teach me how to be a man. It can't happen. This is what, you know what I'm saying, we need to start teaching our sons, man, to be men. Number one, we need to teach them integrity. And for those that don't know what that means, integrity simply means do the right thing even when nobody watching, man. Do the right thing even when nobody watching. That's why I tell people, even, you know what I'm saying, when you want to do with real men, a real man, even though he might want to do something and he knows he's grown and he can do that, he knows that there's certain things he can't do. And he know he can't always do, you know what I'm saying, what he want to do, especially if it's wrong. Integrity. Number two, respect. Respect for self, others, women, elders, and the community, man. We lost that. They lost that. These boys are not learning it. And I readily say, because a lot of these grown-ass men don't know that. A lot of these grown-ass men don't practice it. And that's why I say, I'm not telling you, you know what I'm saying, because 9 times out of 10, at the rate we going now, even if your sons, you look at your sons and you see, you know what I'm saying, their life and where they headed. If they not, you know what I'm saying, on point, you know what I'm saying, and they don't have these qualities, whoever the man, if a man is around them, he's not, you know what I'm saying, worth shit, because he's not teaching them what they need to know. And that's not through just talking. Because I learned a lot watching. So it's about walking the walk as well as talking the talk. Number 3, and one of the most important, I get on my kids about this every day. Accountability, man. Own your actions. Don't a man doesn't, know what I'm saying, blame people, you know what I'm saying, for doing them wrong, because he had to take accountability for how he reacts. I tell my son that all the time. If somebody call you a punk, you know what I'm saying, and you feed into it, maybe you a punk. Accountability. Accountability for your actions and the consequences, man. We know that. We know that. And just like I said, I see the lack of discipline in the home and letting women get away, letting kids get away with stuff. That's what I see, you know what I'm saying, with my women. You know what I'm saying? Even my women around me, they say, you know what I'm saying, I go too hard. But just like I tell them, the police gonna go harder. Them dudes in the streets, they gonna go harder. Yes, I go hard on my kids. Yes, well, you talk to them too rough. What they gonna talk to what the people in the streets gonna talk to them? How they gonna talk to them? How the police gonna talk to them when they get, you know what I'm saying, to the point where they do something wrong out there where I can't save them no more? So yes, that's what a man is supposed to do. So for the women, ain't no man gonna talk to my kids like that. Ain't nobody, wait till they get out in the streets and do some bullshit and somebody do something to them. What you gonna do then? Oh, I'm gonna die for my kids, I'm gonna do this, I go out behind my kids. Go right ahead. Go right ahead when you didn't raise them right in the first place. Come on, man. Like, no. Number 4, discipline. Discipline. Control your body, control your mind, and control your emotions. We got to teach them that, man. We got to teach them that. No matter what. I know myself. Control. If I want to quit smoking, I have to control my mind. I have full control. So stop doing it. And like I said, I know it's not going to happen overnight, but man, if we don't eventually learn discipline, just like these cigarettes, they'll take me out. Just like these cigarettes, they'll take me right out. They would take, and the streets is no better. So if our kids don't learn discipline, if they don't learn to control their body and watch how they conduct themselves, control their emotions, they headed down a slick path, man, to jail or hell. And we know it. We know it. Number 5, honor. Live by a code, man. Stand for something. We know these people out here, you know what I'm saying, some everywhere now. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said, like, you can be anything you want to be. You know what I'm saying? No honor. Number 6, man, teach them financial literacy, man. Know how to make money, save money, and grow money, man. Quit out here, you know what I'm saying, hitting licks, and your son talking about hitting licks, You know what I'm saying? And this and that third, like we know where they come from. If you a lick hitter or you a hustler, you know what I'm saying, then you teach them that. Teach them what come with it. Teach them the code. Because too many of them, you know what I'm saying, are getting out there doing the illegal, doing all that, and then can't, you know what I'm saying, take the pressure, you know what I'm saying, when they come back to them. Teach them, man. Teach them life skills. Regardless of what, man, as a man, you have to know how to, you need to know how to cook, clean, fix what's broken in your house and in your life, man. I ain't a great cook, man, but I'm going to eat. I don't cook. I don't like cooking. I was raised with mama and sisters, you know what I'm saying, and I've had some girlfriends and a wife that can cook. So I'm not a cooker. I tell people I don't cook, but I ain't gonna starve. I ain't gonna starve. And that's how your son should be. He shouldn't have to depend on nobody. He should be able to cook, clean, fix what's broken, you know what I'm saying? Not just in his house, but in his life. That's what a man all about, man. We leaders. We are the true leaders. So these are just qualities of being a leader, man, especially if you expect somebody to follow you. Number 8, they need to learn emotional intelligence, man. Name your feelings. To be able to discuss your feelings. You know, process your pain. Y'all still run around telling people don't cry, you know what I'm saying, it's weak, it's a man. It's like, no. He got to learn how to deal with his feelings. Every man done cried before. I had to cry to keep from killing people. And I'd rather my sons do the same thing. So don't never tell, you know what I'm saying, a man he ain't supposed to cry. Because the flip side of not crying could be death or jail, man. For real. So teach them emotional intelligence. Teach them, number 9, conflict resolution, man. How to resolve conflict. Every disagreement, you know what I'm saying, don't have to end, you know what I'm saying, and somebody dead or going to jail or a fight. Every disagreement is not a war. Every disagreement, because that person don't see or look at things the same way you do, don't mean that person is in opposition to you. We got to teach them that. We got to teach them relationships, man. How to relate to not only women, but men, man, and how to relate differently. You see niggas out here punch up, you know what I'm saying, dudes and punch up girls at the same time. You got a lot of them that'll punch up girls and won't, you know what I'm saying, raise their voice at a dude. We got to teach, man, know how to love, how to lead, and how to present themselves, man. Yeah, like that's why we, you know what I'm saying, the marriages, you know what I'm saying, and stuff is not working, man, because these dudes, like, they never learn how to love from a man perspective. You can't teach her, you can't show a man how to love a woman, being a woman. That comes from a man. And just like I said, a man can't tell a man how, you know what I'm saying, to love or nurture a woman. It comes from showing, man. It comes from watching. That's why I've always tried to be that guy with my sons. I'm never the guy that, you know what I'm saying, want to argue and fuss with my female. I'm never the guy that, you know what I'm saying, wanted to be fighting on my female. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that guy, because I know my sons and my daughters are watching me, and their sons and their daughters. And that's why I can say, as a man, the kids I put my time in, they still love me today, because they saw me being a man. They didn't see me on no chump shit. For real. We need to learn our history, culture, and legacy, man. Know where you come from to know where we're supposed to be going. They need to know that. They need to know. And if they don't know those 11 things, God forbid, man, they're going to have a harsh, rough life, man. And 9 times out of 10, statistics show we know where we go if we don't get successful. If we as black men, either you successful or your ass, you know what I'm saying, is in dead or jail. And that's how it is. That's why people, you know what I'm saying, risk it all chasing success. And that's bogus. But these are not like, oh, well, if he learned that, he'll be. No, these are necessities. They have to learn that, man. They have to learn those. And let me say this again, man, for the people in the back. Let me go through this list again. Number 1, integrity. Number 2, respect for self and others. Number 3, accountability. Learning to be responsible for your actions and your choices. Discipline. Learning to control yourself, control your thoughts. Honor. Honor, man. Honor. You have to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Financial literacy, life skills, emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, relationships and fatherhood, history, culture, and legacy, man. We need to know that. Mandatory. Mandatory. And if we don't, like I said, we know the consequences. When we fail to step up and we leave our boys vulnerable, the consequences are real, man. The consequences are real. They grow up to be men without direction. That's why you got so many boys out here. That's why this LGBT thing is popping so hard. You know what I'm saying? With our black men. You know what I'm saying? They feed into it. They reap generational cycles of poverty, crime, and broken homes. They doing the same thing. They doing the same thing. They not staying with their families either because they dad didn't. You know what I'm saying? They carry misplaced anger, leading to violence. You know what I'm saying? And think about it. It's so crazy nowadays. It's not just violence against others. Do you recognize how many of our young black men are harming themselves? The rates of suicide and the rates of people just crashing out. Because honestly, like, they can't think. That's what I say all the time. Thinking back to the boys in the video, y'all trying to snatch a gun off a policeman? You can't think. You like, come on. Come on. Like, they suffer mental health issues in silence because nobody ever told them it's okay to hurt, man. It's okay. Nobody told me that. People told me, oh, don't cry. Don't never let them see you. Like, no, man. The hardest people who never get their feelings and emotions out, look in prisons. Look in prison. People that ain't taught how to deal with their feelings and deal with their emotions or resolve conflict, prison in the graveyard is full of them. It's full of them. No matter what. You know what I'm saying? It's full of them. And if we don't do something different, you see they study building prisons. And then to make it, you know what I'm saying, even worse, Louisiana just passed a law to where they can, you know what I'm saying, try them younger, you know what I'm saying, as adults and send them to prison. And as we know, that's not going to help nothing. That's not going to help nothing. The trauma keeps stacking. The prisons keep filling up. The funerals keep happening, man. That's it. And unless we interrupt that pattern, the pain will just keep being passed down from generation to generation, man. We got to do something different. We got to do something different. And as black men, these are the things that we must do as black men, man. And like I said, black men, period. Black men, period. It starts at home. I started at home. I started with mine because those are the ones that I'm most responsible for. But I understand that we can't save every child. I understand that. But we owe it to ourselves to try. I want the best for what's mine. But what I want for them is different than what they want. I understand. But I still want to be here to give advice. I still want to be here, you know what I'm saying, as a shoulder when they need one, as guidance, as love. To let them know, even when you're doing what you want to do, you don't have to try to figure it out all on your own. You still, you know what I'm saying, can get advice. You still, you know what I'm saying, can talk to somebody who cares and wants you to be the best version of yourself. So, what we need to do, us, not, you know what I'm saying, anybody else. We can't depend on no other people, period, to do this unless we're going to, you know what I'm saying, depend on the funeral homes, you know what I'm saying, in the penitentiary to raise our kids and get them right. Because we see what that is. But here's how we change the narrative, man. Here's how we change the narrative. Let's see what this is. Number one, It's so simple, man. Just show up. Be physically, emotionally, and spiritually present. Man, I got nephews, you know what I'm saying, and nieces, but we talking about the young boys at this point. I got nephews. I got, you know what I'm saying, that I know didn't have male role models. You know what I'm saying? Had strong mothers. But my sister, you know what I'm saying? My nephew, you know what I'm saying? Ontario. You know what I'm saying? I don't usually say names, but that's my guy. But my sister, great mother, great everything. But my sister has had to call me like, hey, talk to your nephew. Because she know he needs to talk to a man. I told him, but I'm a woman. He might need to hear it from a man. And I can't, you know what I'm saying, take no credit. Believe me, I can't take no credit from her as a great mother. But she deserved extra credit for knowing that, okay, it's some things that I can't talk to him. It's some things, you know what I'm saying, that he needs a man about. And whether I was the only man, I don't even know. I know she's had a few good men in her life, you know what I'm saying, include me, that she, you know what I'm saying, has been the go-to, like, hey, and that guy, whether it helped or not, whether I'm not claiming nothing, but that guy is on point. That guy is excelling in life, you know what I'm saying, and he's really striving, and he's already, you know, has the mindset with what he wanted to do in life, to say, I want to, know what I'm saying, help kids. I want to teach kids. You know what I'm saying? And that guy right now, my nephew, you know what I'm saying, is a teacher in DISD, man. And he's already focused on helping others, man. Helping it, like those are the type of men that we need to be raising. Real life, man. But I said that to say, man, all I ever try to do is show up and give them good advice. And anytime my sister like, hey, he's graduating or he's this or he's that, I wanted to show up. And like, it's a running joke. When I show up, they're going to know it because I'm going to let them know I'm in the building. That's the running joke in the family. And most of them like, hey, you know you got to invite Uncle Toby because he's going to get like, yeah, I'm going to show up for you and I'm going to let you know I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? And I support you just like I get on you. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to get on you, man. But show up. Number 2, be a mentor. Give your time. Speak life. Guide a boy who needs it, man. Mentor. Lead by example. And like I said, I haven't been the best example by a long shot. But what everybody that knows me will tell you, I am the most accountable person I know. I can sit down with my kids, my nephew, and anybody else and tell them, you need to do the right thing. I didn't. And this is what happened. I have no problem with that. I have no problem using my life, you know what I'm saying, and my mess ups, you know what I'm saying, and my bad choices to help others avoid that, man. None. You know what I'm saying? Now, as an older person, as I got older, I realized they're watching me. That's one of the main reasons why I went back to college, you know what I'm saying, and got a degree, because now I can tell my kids, I can try to push my kids to do better because they know my dad went back to school and graduated, and he didn't go playing. He graduated with honors. This is, you know what I'm saying, what us as men have to do to not only better ourselves, but to be role models, to be examples of what we want our kids to be, man. Teach skills, start a workshop, host a life session. Like I got a, you know what I'm saying, I think a 12-week program I'm working on now for boys. But I'm a mentor. You know what I'm saying, teach skills. Anybody know me know I'm a general contractor. I can do almost anything to a house. So every chance I get, whether it's my son, whether it's my nephew, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, another kid that I can hire, you know what I'm saying, I'm always looking to teach skills to my youngsters, to pass those down. Because just like I said, those skills enable me to create a job and create a business. And I want to pass that down to as many people as possible. I'm not a hater. It's not, oh, that's competition. I would Any man, any black man. I will show you those skills, you know what I'm saying, to help you better yourself, better your chances, you know what I'm saying, and better your opportunities, man, for you and your family. Create a safe space. You know what I'm saying? Let boys cry. Let them talk. Let them dream, man. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm on, you know what I'm saying, with my little 12-week program. I want to give them a space where they can really talk, they can really open up about the issues they dealing with and know, man, it's okay. You're not going to be judged. You're not going to be called weak. You're not going to, know what I'm saying, be saying like, oh, you just like your sorry ass daddy or this is, like, no. No, you know what I'm saying? Correct with love. Discipline to build, not to break. That's me, man. That is me. That's the only reason why I do it. I tell my kids the only reason I get on y'all like I do is because the stuff you're doing, if you go out in the world and do it, somebody else is going to do something more hectic to you. And they will tell you, I'm the most loving, let them get away with some of anything. That when it comes to kids, because I love kids. I love, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love childhood. I love it. I will never attempt to stop a child from being a child, but I will not let them do anything to get them hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. I correct with love. Support one another. No lone wolves. Build a brotherhood that holds each other accountable, man. That's what I'm on with my bros, man. That's what I'm on with the brothers, man. Any brother I'm dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Let's step it up. Let's help each other. If we kings, lace me up like we used to say when we were young. Let me know when my skirt's showing. That's on that real player stuff, yeah. Pull my coat when my skirt's showing. Let me know. Don't have me walking around here with my skirt out. That means don't have me walking around here looking crazy and not on my square. Not, standing tall and representing as a man. If you see that as another man, lace me up, man. If you see the young boys out there doing, don't just say I can't tell them young boys nothing, because we were young too. We were young too, and I'll tell anybody, they can tell me something. So I'm going to try, because people tried with me, even when I didn't want to listen. So if you choose not to listen, that's one thing, but I'm obligated to try to tell you. If I see you, that's being a man. I can't see you out here about to throw your life away and say I'm a man and say I'm a king, but I see the young brothers out here about to throw their life away, and I just say, oh, you can't tell them youngsters nothing. That's peasant shit. That's not king shit. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. We can't do it alone, man. Together, we can raise a generation of strong, conscious, whole men. Whole men. Because you can't be a half a man. Whole men. Whole men. Let me see what much time I got left. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. But as a community, like I said, as individuals, I lace you up with what you need to be doing as black men to help these brothers. But as a community, we need to organize and we need to mobilize. As a community, we need local mentoring groups. I'm about to start one. But like I said, I'm in Shreveport. I'm going to start. If you're in Shreveport or you're interested in, working with a mentoring group, let me know. We can partner. But if you're not, if you're in another state or you're in another city, man, look, I plan this type of stuff. I sit down and plan this type of stuff. So if you need somebody to help you plan, a mentoring group, and help you maintain a mentoring group in your city, that's going to help, these young brothers. We could do it online. Everything is open right now. If we can do it online. We can mentor more online. But like I said, also locally in the community, we have to get out there. So if you in another city and you want to do this, but you don't know how to get it set up, reach out to me. I'll help you get it set up. I'll help you get it operational. I'll help you with everything you need to do in order to give back, man, and help our youth. We need youth empowerment programs. I'm on it. I already had a program drawn up. I ain't really did nothing recently with none of this because we all know what's going on in the nonprofit sector. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at funding it myself. I'm looking at us funding it. I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying, us being able to fund our own, because nobody else is going to do it for us. And then, you know what I'm saying, I don't feel like that all this money they putting into these programs, I don't feel like it's worth it. That's why I'm okay with them, you know, ceasing funding on a lot of these nonprofits, because a lot of these people are about the profits. They're not about, you know, putting on for the community like they saying they are. So I'm with that. Reevaluate all of them. See where you getting the money to. See if the program is working, and if it's not working, stop funding it. Figure out something that's working and put the funding in it. I'm with that. We need after school programs. Number one, I'm not gonna lie, we need the churches, the mosque, we need them to get back, you know what I'm saying, on point. We need to get them to get back to some real community youth outreach. If you're a part of a church, if you're a part of a mosque, you're a part of an organization, you know, if you're a business person, as a brother, you got a barber shop, you got a beauty shop, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, anywhere can be a classroom. Anywhere can be a classroom when we dealing with men. Yes, I got schooled at the barbershop around real men. You know what I'm saying? Yes, at the gym. Yes, at the rec center. You know what I'm saying? Yes, at church. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a church organization, any organization, and you really need to establish a youth outreach program, please, you know what I'm saying, get at me. If you're locally in Shreveport, please get at me. Please get at me. The stuff that we're doing now, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the non-profit organizations, a lot of the stuff that they doing in the community is not working. It's outdated. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on stuff now. I'm working on stuff to deal with the youth that we got now. Not to deal with the youth, you know what I'm saying, I was when I was coming up, because it's a whole different, you know what I'm saying, breed of people. So I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done my research. I come from that. I'm around that. So I'm developing programs for our youth, to deal with the issues and the problems that they deal with, to come up with solutions that will help them in their own circumstances. But hey, man, we need, you know what I'm saying, we need to, you know, we need to establish father mentor coalitions in our neighborhoods. It's so much we can do, man. But we have to bridge the gap between schools, faith groups, and community centers, everything, man. Like, everybody is feeling like, you know what I'm saying, it's opposition, because everybody was trying to get the government funds, and everybody felt like, no, man, the primary goal should be to better the people, because the better people make better families make better neighborhoods, and better neighborhoods make better communities, man. So in that sense, we should all be willing to work together, because the goal and the mission should be the same. So again, let's get it together. Let's get together. Let's make cultural education a priority, man. Like, our boys, you know what I'm saying? Our boys walk with pride and identity, man, and not shame. We are not who these people, you know what I'm saying, are teaching our kids that we are. We know that now. We know the real. So we should be making sure they know that. They understand that. No, we didn't come from some savages. They didn't get us over here and civilize us during slavery. We know that. Our kids need to know that. Our kids need to know it's bigger than slavery. People always bring it up. Oh, that's what's holding us back. They with slavery and this and that. No, know what I'm saying? Like, we were kings and queens. We come from a background of family, community. That's the way we won. That's the way we grew. That's the way we became powerful. That's the way we became who we are. They need to know that. They need to know that, because they need to know who they are and what they strive for. Let me say it again. Our boys need us. Our boys need us now more than ever. Not just when they in trouble. Not just when they famous or gifted. But every single day they need us. To my brothers, We had a responsibility and the power, man. We have the power. We have the power to raise kings and build legacies, man, and rewrite the story of our community, man. We have the power. Like, think about that. As of right now, man, in this day and age, at this day and age, if you take me today, and I will be known for being a strong family man and building up, you know what I'm saying, these young kings and being a part of rewriting the future of black men, young black men, bro. Like, if I could die today and they could put that, you know what I'm saying, in my biography, I'd be good with it. Because I know I made a difference. I know I made a difference. So what will you do to help raise the next generation of kings? What will you do? What will you do? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share your ideas, your feedback, your questions. Like, the conversation has to keep going. Because the conversation has to lead to action, man. It had to lead to action. And that's why I said, I'm not going to get on here and talk about it unless I'm going to be about it. Hey, man, what we got? 52. Hey, like, if you want to reach out, like I said, if you want to reach out, you got a program, you need help, you know, building a program. You have a program, you need assistance. You need somebody, you know what I'm saying, who's committed and dedicated. If you're a church, if you're a nonprofit, if you're a mosque, anything, and you're interested in doing some community outreach and being a mentor or a role model, or, you know what I'm saying, to show up for these young black men, let me know, man. Like I said, you can hit me up, you know what I'm saying, at IamTobyO'Neal.com. Hit me up for a free consultation, or shoot me a message. Shoot me a message through social media. At I Am Toby O'Neal on our platforms. Like, we have to do something different. We have to. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way it's going to work. But let me thank everybody, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this week. Whether you watching the live stream or whether you watching the playback on YouTube, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in and lending me an ear. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, show me some support. Show me some support. If you feeling, you know what I'm saying, the content, share the content for me. If you know somebody, you know what I'm saying, who is on the same page and trying to make the same moves, you know, shoot them my information. Have them hit me up. Hit me up. Let me know. I'll reach out. Because it's about making something shake. It's about making some shake, man. But again, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all, you know, all the time. I appreciate you. And I appreciate everything y'all do. I appreciate y'all sharing the videos, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. If you could, go to my YouTube page, and any content, that's fine, because I know, you know, Facebook delete, you know what I'm saying, live videos after so long. But all of the videos that I've done so far are posted on YouTube. I think it's IamTobyO'Neal.com on YouTube too. Go check out the video, see anything you haven't checked out, any episode you might have missed, and share any, you know what I'm saying, the videos that you feel like people need to hear, man. I thank y'all for tuning in, man, and women. And until next week, man, I hope y'all have a great rest of your week, great, safe weekend, and happy Father's Day, you know what I'm saying, to all the real fathers, you know what I'm saying, out there in the world. To you know what I'm saying, the mothers who gonna jump up Sunday claiming Father's Day, I'm letting y'all know ahead of time, y'all need to do better. You know what I'm saying, because it ain't working. But thank y'all for tuning in, man, and until next time, I thank you. And I wish you all the best, man. Peace and prosperity, peoples.